Hi everybody, it's Erkan here at B Collaboration London by the River Thames, and I'm here with Dave Cordle, who's just done his No One Be Known session. As you know, for those of you who have caught these interviews before, straight after a No One Be Known session, essentially it's a collaborator sharing their best stuff. So if you're having a picnic, what would be your best picnic dish, I suppose? And by the way, I just realised there's a panel here where the window's been broken. Anyway, it wasn't us. Yeah, we didn't realise. So, Dave, I thought there was a moment where you shared an image and literally took people's breath away. And it was the bit where you're going up this really high peak, and it's all bleak and it's all snow and it's all hard and really hard work. And then you showed us the image over the ridge, which was like absolutely wonderful. So that was why I was left with the talk. So, what was the sum up of your talk? How would you describe it for those listening in?
What I hope with is that it was a little insight to what makes me tick, but what I hope that people took away with it, or from it, was that actually there's the possibilities are limitless, and that particular image was one where we've been struggling for hours across this snow slope, and it was the metaphor is that sometimes in life it feels like that, and if only we'd open our eyes and enjoy the moment, it could be all light and sunshine. And whatever happens when you get through that moment, you're looking over the ridge, and the image was of 200 miles worth of Himalayas. 200 miles of Himalayas. All there was up to it was just this bleak, white, dusted in snow, blizzard situation, and something within you is, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'd have the minerals for that. I just don't. I don't even want to think about doing something like that. I think you need help. Lots of psychiatry help. And I have to tell you that in those situations, and particularly back then when I don't know or didn't know what I know now, that was a real challenge. Just the mental effort of climbing a mountain is more probably than the physical effort.
I suppose.
But, now when I climb a mountain, if I'm struggling, it might be snowed or it might be something a lot bigger than that. But there are times when you're out of breath and it's you thought, how long is this going to go on for?
Yeah.
But actually, when you bring yourself back to the moment, and that's a really important thing I think that came out of today was to bring it back to the moment. Right here, right now is perfect, and the next step is always possible.
There's always there's always that next step as opposed to considering or grappling with the end game.
Yeah.
Because don't we sometimes get so involved with the end game, that seems like just too far away. But right now in the moment, there is just the next obvious thing to do, or the next necessary thing.
Exactly. And that next necessary thing is taking you towards the peak. And you're right, you don't need to have your mind in the end game at that point. What you need is the next step in that game. So and that's I suppose that's the point. Is it's great to start getting in touch with your purpose and the things that really drive you, and you haven't got to make that leap in one. It's not one giant leap. It's lots of little steps.
Do you know that? But that No One Be Known. I mean, how long have you been there? 2.5 years now?
Yeah.
About 2.5 years. And 2.5 years we've been through a lot, we've shared a lot, we've been around each other. And I'm sure you've given a similar talk quite a while ago. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a long time.
But I don't think it was I got you at a whole different level today.
Cool.
And not just like an improvement on the last talk, but you gave...
it was a lot more of me.
Yes.
I think that was the thing. It was today was about sharing me, and that was why, as I said at the beginning, it's such a privilege to be at one today, because that was a culmination of 17 years worth of journey.
Exactly.
And that was authentically, this is who I am.
Yeah, and the session,
rather than this is what I do, which I think the first one was more, which was 2 years ago now.
Yeah, no, exactly. Obviously, that was a long time ago, but the thing that struck me is it is called a No One Be Known session. So it's for us to get to know you, it's for you to educate the group and bring in 17, 20, 30 years of life experience and go, here you go everyone, my gift.
Yeah, absolutely. I genuinely hope people will take this stuff away, particularly the who model thing, because that's so brisk. And I suppose I'll do it live on Facebook now. And my commitment now is to get that into a book, to share it with even more people. So you heard it here. You heard it live.
Hold
me to it.
Gavin, you heard it.
By the end of the year, Gavin.
by the end of the year, which year?
This year. This year, yeah.
Just to get specific, you know, I didn't say 2017, I meant 2023.
Yeah.
Lovely. So the other things about, you know, the other thing I want to kind of get across in these videos is the benefit and the value of being part of the community. One of the things you talked about was a project that I know that you've got a massive passion for making a difference to young people. You've got a stake in education, and I know it's been part of FEE. Now you're actually involved in a project that's taking something to year nines into schools, and something that you've done with somebody from the community.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how did that come about? You know, like from maybe even a dormant dream, or even something I never thought about.
I've career coached since 2001. And for me, very quickly, it became about who the person was and using those career to create the life cycle. So it was more than just a transaction thing. And very quickly, I realised that actually, what young people don't get is any of that. So my purpose is about getting the confidence and the skills to define and create success into the hands of as many people as possible, and particularly into young people's hands. And this was a community where I could share that. And people actually, rather than saying, "Oh yeah, that's nice," said, "Yeah, that's nice, but how are you going to make it happen?"
That's the thing, isn't it? Sorry to interrupt you, but it's like when you open your mouth in this community, someone's going to go, like Glenn earlier on said something about he's written 70 songs, and he hasn't made one of them available.
Yeah.
And he was challenged by one of the collaborators today, Beiju, said, I want a live version of that, or a version of that on the website by the 1st of August, which is next week or whatever. So it's like, when you open it's almost like it's almost putting the seeds into fertile ground.
Well, it is, and if you take that, it came from the conversation here that I had with Celine, and then we sat down together outside the festival hall in London, tonking down with rain on Brexit vote day. I remember it clearly. We were sitting there and we wrote an A4 list of these are the differences that we'd like to make. These are the things that we'd like to get in the hands of young people. And and this is how collaboration works. She shared it with a friend of hers who's her son's tutor at school. He said, that looks good, and offered to introduce us to loads of people, and we had to say, whoa, hold on a minute. We've only got the A4 sheet of paper. And we put lots of stuff together that originally was about, something that we could deliver to people, and we would need to be there to deliver it. And it morphed into something where he said, well, actually this would work well in the PSHE curriculum. And
what's the PSHE?
So physical, social, health and economic. So it's a part of the curriculum that often schools don't even have someone specific to deliver it, and it's often a bit of the curriculum that's difficult to fill and things like that. So he said, look, it would fit really well in there. So we designed it then to be able to train the teachers. And then we got to a point where they don't have time for us to train the teachers.
So they just go straight to deliver.
So now we're going straight into writing facilitator guides, which we've done now, and all the materials for teachers to pick up, take in and deliver. And that's been a it's like a from here, woof, bam, boom. Yeah.
And then obviously what I think you alluded to, we prove it out here, then we can do it a couple more years, and then we can take it to other schools.
Exactly.
So suddenly, and I think the other thing, one of the images we show is a picture of an egg and a sperm. And we say sometimes collaboration, or the start of it, is just where the sperm and the egg meet. And if you leave it there, it doesn't turn into anything.
Yeah.
Usually it's the first few phases of a project that are the most critical, because it could disappear like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
we've got a project now that's almost at the fetus stage.
We're almost at the fetus. We're almost at fetus.
If you want to go that analogy,
come to Be Collaboration and get your fetus on. So anyway, that aside, I'm going to ask you another question. So you've obviously been a member for 2.5 years. Back when you first turned up was when we only had a Hartford meeting, and going back to what Jill and you were saying at the front of the room, is since then you started. Has it been a year now?
Yeah, it's been a year in April.
It was a year in April.
Yeah.
Wow, that went fast.
So
you've been running the Surrey Banstead meeting for over a year.
Yeah,
April, May, June, July. Yeah. And what have you learnt about yourself, or what it takes to? Because one of the things I'm challenging collaborators and guests to now is not just the opportunity of joining Be Collaboration, being part of a community. So we kept saying there's at 3 levels. 1, come join, turn up at the meetings as value. 2 is start creating and delivering content. Known be knowns, masterclasses, genius slots, all that kind of stuff. And then the 3rd layer is be accountable for the community. Start to make it make it become something that's real for others. What have you learnt about yourself, or what's been on your journey during that 18?
Yeah, I think the first thing was, turning up 2.5 years ago in Hartford, and I just sat there, and it wasn't, because like a lot of people, I was from the BNIs, the forums, whatever, the business networking, and it was always about what's the return on investment. I sat in that room and thought, I need to be in this, and I need to be part of this, because these are people that want to make a difference, and not just saying they're going to make a difference, they're doing something about it. And Beju, it was the first time Beju had run his Want to Be an Entrepreneur, and there was a video of that. I think that actually clinched it for me. It was something, in a place where I was then, who am I to be around these people? Joining that, and I suppose what I've learned about myself is that and I kind of already knew it anyway, but it's like there's always another level. There's always another level you can go to. Just when you think, oh gosh, that was really good. There's another. To use my analogy from the talk, there's another mountain that you want to climb. It's not about just that peak. It's about the next peak and the next peak. And when there comes a point where there isn't another peak, or isn't another journey to enjoy. Well, what's the point? Might as well get in the box yourself.
I just had this little metaphor, and it kind of fits well with the mountaineering thing. It's like, imagine like a string of people tied with a bit of string. There's always someone ahead of you. There's always someone further ahead of you, right? And there's always someone behind you. And then wherever you are, you can be pulled along by somebody ahead of you, and you can also pull someone along so it's like that chain, that connection, that there's always a difference you can make to someone, and there's always someone that can pull you to that can inspire you to your next peak or your next over the. I mean,
the analogy is great for climbing the mountain, and those people. And one of the points that I don't think I made in the talk was, climbing the mountain isn't about getting to the top at all costs. It's about the team. It's about taking people up the mountain with you.
It's who you're going with.
Yeah, it's who you're going with. It's taking people with you, because that's when you make the difference. Yeah. And it's a team effort. For every person that stands on the peak of Mount Everest, for example, there's a whole team of Sherpas and support climbers and planners and everything that makes that one thing possible. So it's never just about the individual. It's always about everybody taking that journey. Yeah, exactly.
And it's getting the right people. By right people, I don't mean there's good or bad people, but there's people with the necessary skills, the insights, the camaraderie, the alignment to do something big. I'm not talking about, there's things that you could do right now, go do it, tick, done. But the big stuff takes more engineering, a little bit more communication skills, sharing of something.
Exactly, and I think the thing is, it's not about, and I think this again, the mountaineer is a good analogy, because people say, but I couldn't climb Everest, I haven't climbed Everest, I've done the journeys across it, and it's not about that, because they say, it's so beautiful, it's so lucky to be out, and I am very privileged to have been there, but I've been in North Wales and seen things that have every bit taken my breath away on mountains there as having the Himalayas. So it's not about the size of the mountain, it's about where your passion is and the difference it makes, because you can make a difference just by smiling at someone. You go out there and you smile at someone, it will change their day.
Get arrested.
Well, you might.
I might, looking like this. So on that note, it's not the size of the mountain, it's about the passion.
It's about the passion.
On that note, yeah? On that note, it's not the size of the mountain, it's the passion. Dave Cordle, Erkan Ali. If people want to get in touch with you, Dave?
They can, davecordle.co.uk, Dave at davecordle.co.uk, or look at Be Collaboration, look at the Surrey meeting, and come and see us there.
Lovely, come and see us there. Take care, guys. Bye.
See ya.